Hello everyone and welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar News channel. Imagine this, you're scrolling through your phone or maybe watching TV, when suddenly the breaking news banner flashes across the screen. The anchor looks straight into the camera and calmly announces something that feels almost unbelievable. The new confirmed rate of the Iraqi dinar is $6.02. For a moment you freeze, wondering if you heard it wrong. Did they mean 62 cents? But no, the ticker at the bottom repeats it again and again, $6.02 per dinar. Your heart starts racing, your mind rushing through what this means for you, for Iraq, and for the global economy. This is not a rumor anymore. 'Tis today's reality in 2025. For years, people have debated whether the Iraqi dinar would ever revalue. Some called it a dream, others dismissed it as impossible. Forums, blogs, and conversations were filled with what-if scenarios. What if the dinar suddenly rose in value? What if it reached levels that would shock the world? And here we are now in 2025 staring at a headline that confirms it. $6.02 per dinar. The moment that so many people speculated about is no longer theory. It's happening right now, live, on national and international broadcasts. This isn't just another rumor on the internet. It's a formal rate adjustment that carries the full weight of policy, economics, and global attention. Think about the impact of this rate. If you are holding a single 25,000 Iraqi dinar note, it's at $6.02. A piece of paper is now worth over $150,000 in US dollars. Just let that sink in. For years, those notes were tucked away in drawers, safes, or even forgotten inside envelopes, often dismissed as worthless souvenirs. But today, they represent life-changing amounts of money. Families who once doubted their decision to hold onto dinars are now realizing that their patience and hope have turned into tangible wealth. For many, it feels like winning the lottery, but with one major difference. This isn't luck, it's policy. This is economics, and this is history being made. Now let's zoom in to the streets of Iraq. The reaction is immediate and intense. Banks are flooded with people lining up to exchange their currency. Officials are working overtime to manage the sudden surge. Security is heightened as crowds form outside exchange offices. On TV, government spokespeople appear alongside economists to explain the details. Families sit together watching the news, stunned at the idea that their national currency is suddenly one of the strongest in the world. Small shopkeepers close early to rush to banks. And across the entire nation, the mood is electric, filled with hope, excitement, and questions about what comes next. The ripple effects spread far beyond Iraq's borders. International traders are scrambling to adjust their positions. Investors who once ignored Iraq are suddenly paying attention, asking how they can participate in this new reality. The price of oil contracts linked to Iraq begins shifting upward, as markets react to the idea of a stronger dinar backed by one of the largest oil reserves in the world. Countries with trade agreements connected to Iraq are now reassessing the terms. While global financial experts rush onto live TV panels to explain how such a bold move is possible, some call it brilliant strategy, others warn of volatility. But one thing is certain, nobody is ignoring Iraq anymore. And what about ordinary dinar holders outside of Iraq? Phones light up with calls, messages, and alerts. Groups of friends who invested together years ago are suddenly talking about life-changing sums. Social media explodes with screenshots of currency calculators showing the new rate. People rush to check with banks, foreign exchange counters, and online platforms to confirm the $6.02 rate. Some can't believe it until they hear it repeated across multiple channels. Others quietly begin planning their next move. Should I cash in everything at once? Should I hold some longer? Should I use it to pay off debts, buy property, or invest in businesses? The choices are endless, and the weight of those decisions is enormous. Of course, a rate like this doesn't just appear overnight. Behind the scenes, Experts agree that months, if not years, of preparation must have gone into this move. Economic restructuring, international agreements, debt negotiations, and financial planning all had to align perfectly to make such a revaluation possible. For the average viewer, all they see is this simple number, $6.02. But in reality, that number reflects deep strategic decisions, global cooperation, and Iraq's determination to reposition itself as a major player in the world economy. This is not just a financial adjustment, it's a declaration of a new chapter for the country. Think about how this affects Iraq's oil exports. At a higher valued currency, the purchasing power of Iraq increases instantly. Imports become cheaper. The government gains stronger leverage in trade negotiations. Infrastructure projects that once seemed out of reach may now become feasible. International companies will be lining up, eager to invest, partner, and expand operations in a country that now has both the resources and the financial strength to drive growth. For Iraq, this isn't just a rate change, it's the foundation for long-term transformation in both its domestic economy and its global influence. But let's step back and ask, what does this mean for global markets? A sudden strengthening of the dinar could influence other currencies in the region. Neighboring countries might see shifts in their trade balances, oil prices, gold, and even major world currencies like the US dollar and euro could feel aftershocks as traders rebalance portfolios. Financial experts who once dismissed the idea of a major revaluation are now forced to explain it to the public, dissecting every possible outcome. And while some skeptics warn that the rate may not hold, others argue that this is exactly what Iraq needed to stabilize its economy and restore confidence. For individuals, this is more than economics. This is about dreams turning real. Imagine walking into your bank with a few notes you held onto for years. The teller takes them, types into the computer, and the number that flashes on the screen is more money than you've ever had at one time. Your knees feel weak, your voice shakes, and you realize that in a single moment, your financial story has changed. Bills, debts, worries, they all look different now. Instead, you're thinking about investments, security for your family, maybe even early retirement. This is not just about current science, about lives being rewritten. Of course, with opportunities come challenges. Decisions have to be made carefully. Do you cash out everything at once, or hold on to some dinars for the future? Do you invest in assets or keep your money liquid? Do you share with family or plan for generational wealth? These are the questions dinar holders everywhere are asking themselves right now. And as exciting as it feels, the pressure is real. Financial advisors, wealth managers, and banks will soon be flooded with people seeking guidance. Because this isn't just about sudden riches, it's about building a sustainable future with the wealth that has suddenly appeared. Media outlets worldwide are running non-stop coverage of the announcement. Some frame it as a bold economic leap forward. Others debate whether the rate is too high to be sustainable. Headlines speculate about oil, trade, and Iraq's role in the global economy. But no matter what angle they take, the one fact nobody can ignore is this. The Iraqi dinar is now officially valued at $6.02. That single number has set off waves of conversation, speculation, and action across the globe. For years, people laughed at the idea. Today, they're watching it unfold live on their screens. Inside Iraq, families gather to celebrate, but also to plan. This isn't just about exchanging money, it's about understanding what comes next for their nation. Young people are dreaming of opportunities. Entrepreneurs are brainstorming businesses, and communities are discussing how to rebuild and grow with newfound strength. The sense of pride in their national currency is stronger than ever. The dinar, once doubted and dismissed, is now a symbol of power, resilience, and hope for a brighter future. So viewers, what we are witnessing today is not just financial news. It's history. It's from rumor to reality. The Iraqi dinar has officially reached $6.02. In 2025, for those who held on to it through years of uncertainty. This is the ultimate I told you so moment. For Iraq, it's the dawn of a new era. And for the world, it's a reminder that sometimes the unthinkable really does happen. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the latest updates, analysis, and insights into this once-in-a-lifetime shift. Because from this day forward, the number 6.02 will forever be remembered as the moment everything changed.